Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel, our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you all find financial freedom through crypto assets. As always, if you like the vision, you resonate with the mission, please smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave me a comment, all that good jazz, trying to reach as many people as possible. You know the drill by now. And today, in today's video, I'm going to tell you 6 reasons to not buy drip. This is not a clickbait. This is legitimately 6 reasons to not buy drip. Period.com, and I'm going to explain them to you right now. So, if any one of these reasons apply to you, and more so, if all 6 apply to you, do not, I repeat, do not buy drip. Cannot stress that enough. Not to say that's financial advice, but if you fall into one of these categories, you should be buying drip. All right, let's get into it. Number 1 reason to not buy drip: you didn't do your own research. How many YouTubers scream this? I say this all the time as well. Do your own research, do your own research. But how many of us actually do our own research? When I first got in the drip, I did about 5 minutes worth of research. But I'd already heard about it about 3 months prior. So I knew enough about it to where I was like, all right, you know what? To hell with it. I'm going to get in. And I got in and then did more research and got more bullish. But don't be like me. You should do your research up front. And that means watching more than just my content. Watch other people's content. Go to the Telegram. Ask questions. Check out the community vibe. All this stuff, guys. Can't stress that enough. Do not buy drip unless you've done your research on the project and you feel you have enough information to make a sound decision. Number two reason to not buy drip: you are not using risk capital. This is a gamble, guys. It may say it's high reward, low risk, yada yada yada. Bullshit. High risk. It's all high risk because crypto in and of itself is less than 20 years old, right? The smart contracts and all the shit that we're using, less than like 5. The stuff that Forex is creating, 2 years and under. So none of this is low risk. It doesn't matter. It's all high risk. And you need to get that into your head and realize that whatever you're putting up, yes, while it has the potential to make life-changing gains and it's helped a lot of people, you may never see that money again. If you understand that and you can afford to lose it, like they say, never risk more than you can afford to lose, then you can get in. But if you're not using risk capital, meaning you're putting up money and you're hoping that it goes up, you can only afford to lose it temporarily, then it's not risk capital. Risk capital means you can literally throw it down the drain, burn it, whatever, gone forever, and yes, you're sad about it, but it doesn't affect your livelihood, your lifestyle. So make sure you are only risking capital you can afford to lose, and consider it lost. That's the best advice I could give you. Or like I said in one of my other videos, you're investing in your knowledge. So like when you buy a course, for example, you get that knowledge, but like you can't do anything else with that course. So you will gain some insight, and that's about it. But don't think of this as like, you're going to change your entire family's wealth. Don't go in with that attitude. It's nice to have that positive sentiment and expectation and hope, but be wary and realize that you need to risk only what you can afford to lose. Number 3, you're looking to quick flip / a moonshot. Kind of goes back to what I just said in number 2. So if you're getting into this going, oh shit, I think it can go to the moon, it'll 10x, 5x tomorrow, I can make all my money back. Wrong sentiment to have. Do not invest in drip if you're expecting a quick flip. 1, there are tons of taxes. 2, there are whales just like there are in the other protocol. So when it shoots to the moon, you can be sure you'll probably be late to the party to pull your profits out. So do not get in this if you're looking for a quick flip. That's just my humble opinion on this. If you have the risk capital and you're looking for this for a long-term play, then maybe you should. But if you're trying to get out of this quick, you're wasting your time. Number 4 goes right back into number 3. You need liquidity in less than 12 months. So just like I told you guys in another video, you should be looking at this for at least 1 year out. Again, Raul Paul said, I think it was actually Michael Saylor or Raul Paul, but they said 5 minutes. If you're not going to hold it for 5 years, don't hold it for 5 minutes. So these are asset guys, what do you call that? Macroeconomics kind of guys. So they look at the global market trends. So 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. and they're talking about Bitcoin in that 5-minute, 5-year scenario. But the same can apply for drip. If you're going to need money within less than 12 months, and need meaning it's financially dependent, then again, it's not risk capital. And two, you should not be buying drip, my personal opinion. If you got money you can put up and you don't give a fuck about it for another 12 months, then you can check that box. Number 5, you can't explain drip to someone else. This is my own personal sentiment, because the more you learn about something and then the easier you can express it to someone else, that means the actual better you understand it yourself. So I've learned more in like my martial arts, military, teaching fitness, all this stuff. Once I was able to take what I learned and be able to explain it to someone else, and they be able to use that information, that's when I knew I understood it. Prior to that, I had enough of a surface level understanding, but I couldn't teach it to someone else. And in this drip journey that I've been on, having this YouTube channel, watching other people's content, I've learned a hell of a lot more. I'm on like my 90th video in less than 6 weeks. So I'm putting out a lot of content, and by doing so, I make a lot of mistakes, but I learn a lot along the way, and therefore I can explain drip to someone else, and that's how I'm able to actually learn more about the ecosystem and get more bullish behind it. So if you can't explain it to someone else, then I don't suggest you get into it. That's just me again, personal opinion. And lastly, number 6, you lack emotional resilience. Let's first look up what is emotional resilience. I want you guys to have the actual definition. Ah, shit, I closed it out already. But emotional resilience is basically the ability to weather tough times. So, and for this, I specifically am referring to the amount of FUD and hate you're going to get from people that don't understand it. They're going to tell you it's a scam. So if you don't have the emotional resilience to kind of stick to your guns, you will buy high and sell low. You will get wrecked in crypto and in investing in general. I thought there was a, oops, I spelled it wrong. Let's see, that's probably why. There should be a definition over here on the side for emotional resilience. Psychological resilience is the ability to cope mentally or emotionally with a crisis, or to return to pre-crisis state quickly. Resilience exists when the person uses mental processes and behaviors in promoting personal assets and protecting self from the potential negative effects of stressors. These are fudsters, stressors. This is crypto. So when you can return to pre-crisis state, there will be crisis in crypto. And if you've been in drip, you've already seen some. When all those candles are red and everyone is shouting FUD from the top of the rooftops and they're screaming that this is a scam and drip is going to zero, you have to have the emotional resilience to stay with that, steady the course, or else you will panic sell, and then you will end up getting wrecked and losing your bag. So if you checked off all 5 of the other boxes, but you don't have the emotional resilience to stick through this, through the downturns, remember that one drip chart I showed where it went all the way down to $3 to $5 to $6, and there were only a few people holding those bags and still hydrating and dollar cost averaging. That is emotional resilience. That is people who got into this and said, you know what, I don't need liquidity in the last 6 months or next 12 months, and I believe in this long term. It wasn't risk capital. They could afford to put more in. They had done their own research. They were able to make bank, because when it came down to here to test where they were at, they were able to double down, triple down, whatever you want to call it. So these are my personal 6 tips that if you can't do these 6, I don't personally recommend you should get into drip, or hell, any crypto for that matter, because all of these, in my opinion, are good traits and things to have. There are some cryptos that you could get in if you don't need the liquidity. If you do need the liquidity in less than 12 months, like stable coins and borrow and lending stable coins, that's okay. But every crypto is risky. I don't care what they say. The blockchain may be immutable, but your wallet can get hacked. There's all sorts of shit happening in crypto. Contracts, rug pulls, not to say that this is a rug pull, but crypto is risky. So, and drip is no different. It may have, a better team behind it, strong community, all that stuff, but at the end of the day, it is still high risk. High risk, high risk, high risk. Just remember that. So that's my personal 6 tips. Hope you like the presentation. I decided to use a new drip UI background back there for PowerPoint for you guys. But That's it for this video. So until next time, guys, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.